Patriot competitions and maritime development have been happening since the times of the Greeks and Persians. These days, every one of the world's most impressive surface warriors is working in the most recent contention between significant powers, this time in the Asia-Pacific locale. The ships in the world are necessary evil tabletop game pieces in the battle between the prevailing military powers of post-war Asia. The US, Japan, and tyrant regimes Russia, China is rocking the boat today, and we'll show you the deadliest boats on the planet. We'll start with the deadliest boat in Russia's naval force, the Kirov class. The official name for this class is Project 1144, but it is also known as Kira, after the name of the first battle cruiser built. This class was implicit during the time of the Soviet Union. Principally, there should be 5 boats constructed by January 2021, yet one was dropped. The Petherbiliki is the only Kirov-class transport with dynamic assistance. Yet another boat, Nakhimov, the chief of naval operations, also wanted to be back in action as soon as possible. The cruiser can carry up to 110 rockets. Long-range rockets and Kinzhal rockets were replaced by a more developed 6 Cortex system on the Kalinin and the Pieter. The Russian naval force is intending to equip the flute player Veliki and the naval commander Nakhimov with the fresher S-400 for expanded danger capacity against 5th Iraq-coveredness contenders like the F-35. Additionally, the Russian naval force is trying hypersonic 3M-22 Zircon rockets with a range of in excess of 540 nautical miles as a considerably more lethal enemy of boat arrangement than Stone rockets. In that frame of mind, the cruiser will likewise be furnished with a total of 60 of these rockets by the not-so-distant future. In that frame of mind, the Kirov-class replacement Russia is fostering another class of atomic-controlled weighty destroyer, the Chikava class. On April 18, 2020, the Russian paper Interfax revealed that the Severnoy Plan Department had suspended improvement on the Chikwal. In June, Alexei Rechimanov, head of the Unified Shipbuilding Company, detailed that the task was all the while pushing ahead with Sejong. The extraordinary class, the following situation in our rundown, is the South Korean destroyers, the Sejong. The incredible class is to some degree planned by the South Korean Service of Public Protection, with work by Hyundai Weighty Businesses and Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Design. The Sejong, the extraordinary class destroyers, are the biggest assistance warriors in the Republic of Korea Naval Force. The 3 vessels of the class were built as part of the KDX-3 project to strengthen the Republic of Korea's naval forces' defenses against North Korea and other emerging threats. The design of these vessels draws heavily on features of the American Arleigh Burke class and the Japanese Otago class, as well as various standard parts and frameworks, yet has a significantly unique development and creation, most likely as a result of the utilization of completely developed advancements and subsystems. The Sejong, the extraordinary class destroyers, are only $923 million each. The rocket battery of the Sejong class is uncommon. They convey an unbelievable 128 rockets in 3 different VLC send-off cell cushions. That is a lot bigger load of rockets than the 96 cells found in the Arleigh Burke class. The range of rockets conveyed by the Sejong to the Dart class is faltering too. These incorporate the Edge E66N5 is a SM-2 ER Block 4 with a scope of 130 nautical miles. The Hyanmu 3B is a land assault rocket with a range of 560 nautical miles. The SSN 700K Heisen Hostile to Deliver rocket has a range of 81 nautical miles. The Red Shark is hostile to submarine rockets with a 9.7 nautical mile range. And the Edge 116B smashes surface-to-air rockets with a scope of 3.8 nautical miles. The K745 Blue Shark torpedo has a compelling scope of 9.7 nautical miles. The Seoul class is propelled by 4 General Electric LM2500 gas turbines driving 2 shafts with 100,000 shaft pull. The framework gives a 5,500 nautical mile range at 20 bunches, and the max throttle of the class is roughly 30 bunches. The producers hold the capacity to build extra pieces of the extraordinary class destroyers, yet it is unclear starting around 2021, assuming some other destroyers will be requested by the ROC. Ticonderoga class, Now we will enlighten you regarding the most furnished warship in the U.S. Naval Force. The Ticonderoga class is a class of directed rocket cruisers used to support the United States Navy. Currently, 22 boats are operational, 11 in the Atlantic Armada of the United States Naval Force and 11 in the Pacific Armada, 2 of which are based in Japan at the United States Maritime Powers Base at Yokosuka. The various Ticonderoga-class cruisers were created for military missions. For example, the U.S. Shiloh and U.S. Versatile were created as a component of an Iraqi opportunity to do a progression of battle tasks and hatchet voyage rocket dispatches. The Ticonderoga class, like the Arleigh Burke-class directed rocket destroyers, is furnished with the Aegis battle framework, which coordinates the boat's electronic sensors and weapon frameworks to draw in enemy boat rocket dangers. The deadly implements of the class were further developed. The first 5 boats had 2 twin Mk-26 rocket launchers terminating standard SM-2 AMTAR rockets, but beginning with U.S. Dugout Slope CG-52. The 2 Mk-26 launchers and magazines were replaced by 2 Mk-41 vertical send-off frameworks. The 120-cell vertical send-off frameworks can be stacked with standard Spear ASROC and long-range weapons, enabling later vessels to connect with focuses above and underneath the surface. In 2006, each of the 22 functional ships also got new SM standard SM-2 Mod 4 surface-to-air rockets and 2 SLAM rocket launchers. The ship carries 2 Sikorsky SH-60B Seahawk helicopters outfitted with light Lockheed Martin government frameworks that allow the naval and air groups to coordinate strategic operations. The vessel is controlled by 4 LM2500 gas turbine motors from General Electric, which give a most extreme speed of 30 knots at an efficient speed of 20 knots. Despite its advanced age, the Ticonderoga is still the largest surface soldier in the U.S. Armada and transports more rocket cells than any other boat type. The O-55 class is an excellent time to educate you on the new Chinese directed rocket destroyer. On June 28th, the principal boat of this class was sent off at Shanghai's Jiangnan shipyard. The new destroyer is outfitted with new sorts of air safeguard against rocket hostile to transport and hostile to submarine weapon frameworks, and has solid abilities in data recognition, air and rocket guard, and sea target going after the kind of adversary that the new destroyer faces. She conveys extremely powerful rockets, including HHQ-9 surface-to-air rockets, IJ-18 enemy of boat voyage rockets, and CJ-10 land assault voyage rockets, with the capacity to strike targets up to 1,240 miles away, which can be launched from 120 vertical cylinders. The framework is additionally outfitted with a specialized 1130 close-in weapon framework that can shoot a large number of slugs every second to kill approaching rockets. Humanitarian and disaster relief by air and sea. As far as battle experience, these 9,800-ton ships have strong radars, enormous rocket combat hardware, and non-stop overhauls, which makes them fit to deal with any danger in the sea on the planet. The Arleigh Burke class dispatches a large portion of its rockets from Mark 41 vertical send-off framework VLS modules. Flight 1 and 2 boats have 90 VLS cells, while Flight 2A and 3 boats have 96. Every foam can oblige with one of the accompanying rockets. Edge 161 Standard Rocket 3 for long-range space rocket capture, Edge 67 Standard Rocket 2, or Edge 174 Standard Rocket 6 for air safeguard rocket BGM 109 hatchet for precision strikes against surface targets, and hostile submarine rocket ASROC that drops into the sea and naturally finds its target. The impetus framework gives a top speed of 31 bunches per hour and a range of 4,400 nautical miles at 20 bunches. The Burke retirements would probably start in 2026 or 2027, soon after the help finished shedding 13 Ticonderoga-class cruisers from the U.S. Armada. Well, that is all there is to it. For now, let us know in the comments which warship dazzled you the most, and remember to give us a like, crush that subscribe button, and turn on notifications to not miss any new fascinating videos. See you later.